Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to give it a minute here. Give some people time to roll in. I know that you guys kind of pop in, wait to see us there. So this morning is just going to be me. Brandon is a little bit under the weather, so y'all keep him in your prayers. I'm mama, so I know, and I'm going to ask you mamas out there to just keep son in your prayers. I just feel like he's needs to kind of stop and slow down and truly get some time to rest and reflect, right, on life. So, guys, thank you for joining us for day 163 of Daily Motivations for African American Success, where we typically, my son and I, or the son and I, um, come here to motivate not just you, but ourselves as well. So, we're at day 163, July 12th. Is the day that we're reading from, and the book that we read from is Daily Motivations for African American Success, right? It's a book written by Dennis Kimbro, who is also the author of Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. Why do we come and read this book every day? What is it all about? So let me share that with you. I see some guys popping in. So you guys, Brandon, for those regulars who are used to seeing Brandon and I, he's not going to be with us today. He's a little bit under the weather. And if you didn't hear me, you mamas out there, pray for Brandon. As a mama, I just sense that he needs to kind of slow down, reflect, and I don't know, get back on track. So, in a good way, Daily Motivations for African American Success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead you to the achievement of your true goals in 365 short but powerful motivations, one for each day of the year. Dennis Kimbro, as I mentioned, who is also the author of the popular Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment right now and our own gifts, the gifts that God has given to you, to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes, but also when to say no, and when to look inward to answers to life's challenges. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans, such as, but certainly not limited to, Malcolm X, Marion Wright Edelman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Gout, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement, you guys, every day of the year. I can't say that enough because you need to wake up every morning with a fresh perspective, encouragement on your outlook for the day, for the month, for the year, for tomorrow. You need a fresh encouragement every day. Determine what that fresh encouragement is for you. Maybe it's coming here every day, right? But after you leave here, right, you still have to go do the work, right? But what it teaches you will last a lifetime. And that's what I mean. So I'm going to read this sentence again. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year. But what it teaches you will last a lifetime. Black Enterprise says each affirmation in this valuable and thought-provoking book takes only a few minutes to read, but is worthy of more time for contemplation. So y'all contemplate on what you receive from here. Go back and do your thing, okay? Go back and do your thing. Good morning, Miss Brenda says good everything, everyone. KL, good morning, y'all. And Big Mike, my brother, says good morning, y'all. So we're going to jump right into it. Because that's how we do it, right? I'm at day 63. I'm going to go ahead and get all of got the title, Run, Jordan, Run. I'm going to go ahead and get this quote out, and then we'll add the affirmation as I get to the end, all right? So you guys drop a line. Tell me how yesterday went. I'll get to those comments when I get back in. And let's see, I want to check. Okay. Hopefully our Instagram people will go over to end this season on YouTube and watch it. All right. Y'all share it right now if you can. So our title for today, and we're at July 12th, day 163, is Roll. I put run, y'all. Y'all not be in my head. I'm going to fix it. But I want to say run because I'm thinking about, you know, Jordan. But I'm going to fix this. You got to give me just a minute. I'm going to fix it. Give me a minute. Brandon needed to be here on this one because he would have had a field day with this on me. Because I make the titles what I want to make them, right? That's what you do. Fresh encouragement for me. But it's roll. I'm going to have to rethink my thinking on this one now. That changes everything for me, y'all. I'm with the children of Israelites. All right, there we go. I'm going to stick to the book because it's not my book. So it's roll. And our quote for today: there's no free lunch. Don't feel entitled to anything you don't sweat or struggle for. That's from our Marion Wright Elderman. She said a lot in this book, y'all. Founder of Children's Defense Fund. Y'all look that up. I did look it up some time ago when she shared another quote with us. So the quote for the day: there is no free lunch. Don't feel entitled to anything you don't sweat and struggle for, not or, and struggle for, right? And so our passage reads: the people with the strongest self-esteem are those who have learned to stand on their own 2 feet. They are willing to pass up the fun for the moment and select a course that pays off in the long run. See, that's why Run, Jordan, Run would have fit better, y'all. See, I'm going to start over. I'm in my head. The people with the strongest self-esteem are those who have learned to stand on their own 2 feet. They are willing to pass up the fun for the moment and select a course that pays off in the long run. All of us yearn to be free, and our greatest opportunity for freedom is through self-reliance. The eminent historian Dr. Carter G. Woodson expressed it best: when you determine what a man shall think, you do not have to concern yourself about what he will do. I'm going to read that one again. When you determine what a man shall think, you do not have to concern yourself about what he will do. If you make a man feel inferior, you do not have to compel him to accept an inferior status, for he will seek it himself. If you make a man think he's justly an outcast, you do not have to order him to the back door. He will go there without being told. And if there is no back door, his very nature will demand one. At the same time, those who remain a positive self-image tend to be genuinely helpful to others. In fact, two tendencies being, wait a minute, you guys. In fact, two tendencies blend so well that it is hard to tell which produces the other. For example, there are 2 seas in the Mideast. The Sea of Galilee takes in fresh water, uses it to support much needed marine life, and then empties it into the Jordan River. The Jordan River, in turn, spreads this marine life throughout the desert, turning it into fertile plain. While the Sea of Galilee bustles with life, the Dead Sea is exactly that, a dead sea. Its water is so full of salt that it cannot sustain life. Why? It takes in water from the Jordan River and hangs on to it. It takes that water in and hangs on to it, you guys. It has no outlet. What a perfect picture of the differences in people. Those who get all they can tend to become self-centered and afraid that someone will steal from them. But those who give freely of themselves usually end up having more than they can give away. And our affirmation: don't give until it hurts, but give until it feels good. I'll read it again. Don't give until it hurts, but give until it feels good. And one more time for the people in the back who are on their way: don't give until it hurts, but give until it feels good. Wow. So y'all, I didn't get to read this one. I wish I had, because it seems like a lot to unpack or contemplate on, right? I'm gonna check my comment here. See, I got one too early. What's too early, KL? I know you're all the way from another time zone, a real another time zone, but what's too early? All right, so roll, Jordan, roll. And I really wanted to make this something else. But what do we think about when we hear, well, I'll tell you what I thought about when I saw the title and created the show last night, about the Jordan River. That's what I thought about. And I believe that's why I made it about roll and not, I made it about run, not roll. But the Jordan of the song's lyrics in a reference to the written River Jordan, which is biblical tradition, the Israelites crossing into or entering the promised land, right? So what does that mean when you hear that? What does it mean? I look at it as the burdens of life, that we cross it over, and that we're able to eliminate, we're set free, right, from our burdens, and we live life without, I won't say without trouble, but with the understanding that it's not trouble, right? That we're really growing through our things, and that we have to do our work. It says there's no free lunch. Don't feel entitled to anything you don't sweat and struggle for. On the flip side of that, I say don't feel entitled to everything that you work and struggle for, because when your cup runneth over and your saucer too, it is more than about you. I am blessed. And the minute I learned that, y'all, it took me a long time not to want to hold on to things, right? I think my brother and I were talking about this the other day too. Like, we're at a place where, I mean, I would not want to share much with people. I would share what I want to share. But if it was some things that I thought, oh, they're going to get it and go with it and do this. And now I'm on my chicken, Popeyes, Churchies, everything is on the same corner. So there's no competition. If it is, it's the competition with yourself, because it's something in your ingredients. If it's nothing but your attitude, your positiveness, the way that you put your love into the food. And so life is no different. Life is no different when you get to that point where you don't give until it hurts. Because see, some of y'all, we, truth be told, we give for the wrong reasons. And then we're hurt because we gave, not from our heart, but from a place of our own need to be seen, need to feel valued, right? But when you give from your heart, right? When you understand and you hear the voice of God saying, go do. Someone shared something with me, and I almost instantly wanted to say, I'll do it for you. And I've thought about it since then. It's as if I guess I'm here. Give until it feels good to give. And get this, no one has to know. As a matter of fact, I prefer that no one knows that I'm giving, or that I've given. I prefer that no one knows. Why? I don't need the kudos. Nobody's business. God knows. And he knows I'm giving from my heart. It's a blessing to be a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to be a blessing. Because your cup runneth over and your saucer too. And then you don't use it for things that don't matter. You use it for things while people are going without the things that they need. Because when God to me says, I'll supply your every need, sometimes he's telling people to come bring you what he knows you need, right? And when they bring it, I've had this happen to me. Amen. I've been with nothing financially. And I remember one of my neighbors, and I have another story too. She walked over and she said, God just told me to come over here and give you this. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? That God directs someone to you to supply your need. So you gotta sweat, right? You gotta put the struggle in, because Your cup needs to run it over and your saucer too. But let's get back to here. Stand on your own 2 feet. The people with the strongest self esteem are those who have learned to stand on their own 2 feet. What does that mean to you? And what does standing mean to you? I was having a conversation with a young lady and said, and I used my, wow, God, I don't understand. I trust you. And I trust that it is in your hands. So I know that I can stand. Stand up no matter what it looks like your life is going through. Because at that moment when my neighbor came over to give me some money that I did not ask for, that she did not know about through me and no one else, right? Man, you talk about staying tall, because then I know I don't want for anything that I need. I don't have to. Her cup and her saucer runneth over for me that day. But she was able to hear the voice of God and she obeyed it. And so how dare I now have a cup? And how dare I now have put sweat and struggle? Because Lord knows, y'all, I have sweat and struggled for where I am today, right? So how dare I not be a blessing to someone with my cup and my saucer running over? How dare I? It says they are willing to pass up fun for the moment, and select a course. You are required. It's your responsibility to select the course that pays off in the long run. See, some of us, I hear some of us talking about, I'm not going to do that kind of work. I'm not going there. I'm not doing that. Y'all, if I had to go to Popeyes, I would go and work. And I would be asked for when they walked in the door. Where's Miss Tammy? Where's Miss Tammy today? Right? I will be missed off on my off days, because no matter where I go, I'm going to do it with the utmost integrity that I can. Why? Because I am a witness. I'm on an assignment wherever I go. If I had to sweep the streets, man, y'all will be talking about them streets. And y'all would know if I wasn't there that day, right? So all of us yearn to be free. What is free? What is being free? What is freedom to you? What is freedom? Is it through things? Or is it truly that internal success? It's that character, you building your character. Because remember what I said yesterday, there is no right time to do the wrong thing, right? It's about building your character. That is what we should be doing coming here every day. Like building on those positive character qualities, but not ignoring those non-productive qualities that you carry. So it wasn't productive for me not to want to share. I mean, it would be small stuff, just craziness. And that's why I said the more I grow forward, man, I wish I could go back and apologize to some people, because they saw my mess. They saw the mess that I was in. So when you determine what a man shall think, you do not have to concern yourself about what he will do. Y'all, if that's not speaking to us, people can get you in a position, a thinking position, that they no longer have to feed you in that position. They're not concerned about what you will do, because they know you ain't gonna do nothing but talk sometimes. You'll talk a good game that you don't even know how to play. You'll talk a basketball game and don't have a basketball, won't go get one, won't go to the basketball court, even to play a game. So these people, society has gotten us so distracted that they no longer need to predict what we're going to do. And they're ready to feed you your next plate, right? To do it all over again, right? To keep you there. So when you determine what a man shall think, you do not have to concern yourself with what he will do. What are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you doing? If you make a man feel inferior, you do not have to compel him to accept an inferior status. We could just stop right there for a minute, because truth be told, many people are walking around with such low self-esteem And they feel so inferior to people who are feeling the same thing. So we got this chaos happening amongst us. And that is why we need like-minded people. We need more people on shows like this. It doesn't have to be this one. Just go feed yourself something that feeds you, right? Doesn't have to be here. Just feed yourself something that feeds your spirit, man, your inner man, your soul. We had one that says, pour your soul into your spirit. Get some soul. Get some umph about you. Get some sweat and struggle in your life. Learn how to put aside the fun for a moment and select a course that pays off, that will pay off in the long run. It's a beautiful thing to see the fruits of your spirit hang from your tree. Y'all, it's beautiful. Doesn't mean it's a perfect life, for sure, because I'm still yet growing. But it's a blessing to have everything you need and want for nothing. Meaning my wants are my needs. Matter of fact, I want to get rid of some stuff. I had a beautiful thing happen yesterday, and this reminds me of this. Of all the women that I could end up on the phone with, I had a meeting with a lady from someone from here, and we kind of got to talking. It was supposed to be a Zoom meeting. Some things went wrong, so we ended up just having it on the phone. And she started to share something with me. Oh, I know how we got there. I asked, had she ever been to the farmer's market? And so she said, yes, actually, I had to go last year because, I was going through something. All I wanted to eat was watermelon. And so she and I had connected on a few things before she said that. And so I said, what? Wait, what? And I said, you're scaring me now. I said, because I went through the same thing last year. And so she had gone to the farmer's market to get watermelon, because, the season was about to start going out. And so I had said to her, I said, you're scaring me now because I went through the same thing. All I wanted, I could have ate watermelon all day, every day. I don't know. And it started to frighten me. I told her, I said, I started to feel anxiety when the season was going to be over. I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? And she said, I did too. Right. And so we had this watermelon conversation. We couldn't even talk about what the business we were supposed to talk about because she and I both now wanted to find out what was going on with us last year and what are the odds of me ending up on the phone with someone who experienced the same thing. She said, I was riding around different places trying to get watermelons to freeze them, right? So to me, it was bigger than that. In my mind, oh, God's doing something again through watermelon of all the people here in this city. And I was asked to talk to her. I was asked to get the meeting with her because she had been calling someone else in the business. And they sent it to me, said, hey, can you call her and set up a meeting, da, 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 right? And so I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing again? Like-minded people coming together, right? And that it should get to a point where your life is so led by God that you start to see the fruits of not only your spirit or your tree, but others' tree and their fruit hanging. And that's what I mean by we need like-minded people. And we need to roll with Jordan, but I'm going to say we need to run with Jordan, right? Run, Jordan, run. Let's run, y'all, together. And that's when you will see things start to change, right? But if you're sitting alone, away on the side, thinking that things are going to come to you easily, they says there's no free lunch. Don't feel entitled to anything because you're not. Truth be told, you're not even entitled to God's grace, mercy, love, right? You're not entitled to it, but for his grace and mercy. But for his grace and mercy that you are here today on this side with another opportunity to roll, Jordan, roll, or run, Jordan, run is what I prefer, right? So I'm going to break this down. How's my time? Just a little bit, you guys. I'm going to be with you just a little bit more. If you make a man think, he is justly an outcast, you do not have to order him to the back door. He will go there without being told. And if there is no back door, His very nature will demand one. This makes me think about love and the things that we feel that we are without, right? Some of us maybe don't have a mother, father, maybe don't have the right relationship with mother or father or your sister, or whatever, right? And so you feel like an outcast. You feel like you've never been loved. Remember I said yesterday, we all have needs, right? Everyone has needs, right? But we only need a little bit of what we need, really, you guys, from the people we need it from, right? And sometimes you don't get it. You may never get it, but I'll tell you who loves you and who will supply your every need, who will elevate your self-esteem, right? Who will elevate how you feel, who will elevate you so much till back door. What is that? I come through the front door, right? And if I'm led to the back door, that's because there's some people there waiting on my light. And God sent me there, not someone who has made me justly think that I'm an outcast. Because the things that you are carrying, right, that you are avoiding dealing with, and that's our problem. We this is for, and it's not all us, right? But we as a culture of people, we don't communicate. Things happen and we let them be. And we keep pretending that everything's okay. You didn't hurt me. I'm not hurting. Oh, we good, right? And all these things is going through your heart, your mind, your soul. And that is contamination. So you're walking around with all these broken pieces in you, serving a big God that have made you whole. He has made you whole. You're not inferior. You're not an outcast. How can you be? How can you be and believe in a big God? Say that you have faith. How can you demand the back door? How dare you not speak up, speak out? How dare you not roll, Jordan, roll? How dare you not run, Jordan, roll? Right? How dare you? This part, you guys, when you determine what a man shall think, you do not have to concern yourself with what he will do. Has society got you there? Are you there? Right? Because the things you do, the work that I do speak for me. It does. If you make a man feel inferior, do you feel inferior? And why? And who has made you feel that way? Who has made you feel that way? And why do you believe? Yesterday we said, don't believe the hype. Why do you believe it? Because truth be told, there are going to be people and things every day, all day that can make you feel that way. It's your decision to believe in the hype or not, period. Right? I'm stuck on this little paragraph here, so I'm going to stay with it. Woo, if you make a man think he is justly an outcast, you do not have to order him to the back door, y'all. Are you going to the back door? I'm going to ask you again. Are you going to the back door? Because that's where you feel you belong. Right? So take this time, you guys, to contemplate on this day 163 more. Roll, Jordan, roll. There's no free lunch. There's no free lunch for where you want to go. But where are you going? And how are you going? Meaning the you. How are you going? Are you learning to say yes and when to say no? Are you contemplating on your fresh encouragement every day? Do you encourage yourself every day? Or do you wake up and go out in the world using the back door? Being controlled. What you're doing is what they've told you to do. And maybe you don't even realize it. Maybe you're so caught up in the beats of their drum, right? You watch the news every day. You listen to negative people every day. People get you caught up every day. And so the way you walk through this world, the way you act, the things you do, you don't even know. They become such a habit and you still wonder why you still struggling internally, why the battle is still why you're still battling yourself, right? It is a blessing, y'all, to be a blessing. And one of the best blessings that you could give is the blessing of a self-resilient person, one who's self-aware and who has become or is becoming the best version of themselves. Period. Your cup will runneth over because you're free. It says that all of us yearn to be free. What is free? Free is peace. It is well with my soul. That's freedom. That's peace. When it is well with your soul. When you know what fruit hangs from your tree. You know the roots of that tree. You know that sometimes, God, I don't understand, but I trust you. And by trusting you, I know that it's in your hands and that I can stand and walk freely, peacefully through this journey of life, knowing that I'm not in this world. I'm not of this world. God, I'm in a spiritual world that they can't see unless they're there too. That's when your cup runneth over. That's when you will not give from a place of your needing. You will take it upon yourself that it is your responsibility to give so you feel good about doing your job. There's a people out there in need of people like you to get it together. You're getting it together is for people out there that need your togetherness. So you guys, I'm going to tell you, there's so much more I want to get into this, but I have to go. I want y'all to roll with Jordan today. And after you roll, get up and run. How about that? Because I want to change this topic so bad to run, Jordan, run. But after you roll with Jordan, then run, 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 run. Okay, let's do this. Let's not just show up here every day. What we're doing for those of you who come here every day, y'all, we are changing the atmosphere. I want to hear about your stories, like the watermelon story yesterday, right? I had one the day before yesterday. Someone shared something with me that I sat in disbelief that they even felt comfortable enough with me to share it. Broke my heart. It did. It broke my heart. But it's not about that. It's not about that. It was another moment I heard God's voice. Again, it's not about what you thought it was about. It's bigger. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than this, right? Right? So y'all get it together. And I thank y'all for joining, for coming every day. Miss Brenda, Mike, KL, we got some others that have started kind of slipping in here and there. They coming. It's coming to a point where they're going to come and be here every day, y'all. Right? And it's hard. It was hard for me to get up this morning and come. But as long as I have breath in me, y'all almost saw me in the robe this morning. Like literally. But it is what it is. It is what it is, And at the same time, you guys keep, Brandon's not feeling well this morning. So keep him in your prayers. And I think he's just working himself. I do. I think he's just overworking himself. So keep him in your prayers that he will have discernment, because life it's not all about work either. You have to take care of yourself. You have to know when to sit down, right? You have to. You have to. I got some good rest last night. Like I was in the bed, I believe, like 9:30 and slept. I woke up. It's funny. I woke up at 10:30 because I left some food on the stove. It needed to cool down. And I woke up at 10:30 and I thought it should have been like 4:30 in the morning. I thought it's probably time to get up because I felt like I had slept long. I put my lotion on last night. I put it on all over. And really, I slept 1 hour And I felt like I had slept for 4 or 5 hours, right? It felt so good. So I didn't not want to get up this morning because I was tired. It just felt so good. I had my fan going and my noise blocker. I have this humidifier that it's really loud, but it reminds me of a fan. And I sleep better when there's like a noise that eliminates other noises. So that's all I have. I'm going to go through these notes here, or comments. I'm sorry, you guys. Not notes. Miss Brenda says, I have given from my need. Ooh, I have given from my need so many times because I thought that others had what I needed. But everything I needed was already within me. I thank God for showing me that. Oh wow, Miss Brenda, thank you for sharing. So you understand what I'm saying, right? You understand what I'm saying. Y'all, I'm gonna read her comment again. I have given from my need so many times because I thought that others had what I needed. But everything I needed was already within me. I thank God for showing me that, right? Woo. Nether Brown says she swears she can dance. I think he's talking about me. But KL, I can dance. Um, Mind your business. And you know that because you've seen me dance, right? Right. All right. KL and I go way back, y'all. So, I can talk to him like I want to talk to him. Right? All right, y'all. So let me do what we do. Our title for we got 2 titles for today. Roll Jordan Roll and Run Jordan Run, right? It's okay to change it, right? So in our quote for today, let me get back to my banners. There's no free, let me get it out there for you guys. All right. There's no free lunch. Don't feel entitled to anything you don't sweat and struggle for. What are you sweating and struggling for? Because if you're not, ain't no free lunch. You might not get anything, right? And our affirmation for today, don't give until it hurts, but give until it feels good. And I'm going to say natural. Don't give until it hurts, but give until it feels good and or natural. I'm just changing Mr. Kimbro's book up today, right? Don't give until it hurts, but give until it feels good. I'm going to say this to you guys. Don't give if you're not giving from your heart. Don't give if you feel some kind of way when you're giving it. Proper giving brings joy, right? It's like you've answered God's call. So if you give somebody something, expecting something, I don't care what it is. If you text somebody happy birthday and they don't respond, that ain't your business. Don't feel some kind of way, right? Don't. Don't. Give from your heart, from the voice of God, from your cup runneth over and your saucer too. It is a blessing to be a blessing. It is a blessing to be able to bless. And if you're in that season, it's your responsibility, right? To give because it makes you feel good and because you have and because it's not from a place of you needing anything back or for anyone to know that you gave, right? They say pray in your closet, give in your closet. Give with the veil over your face sometimes. The people that you bless don't even know they don't have to know that it was you that blessed them, right? It's kind of like people praying and they're recording themselves praying at the same time, right? What? 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 So check yourself before you wreck yourself. You're not entitled to anything. You do have to put some sweat and struggle in your life. Start today. Y'all be great. Be back tomorrow, God willing. Same time. Share this video. Come back with somebody tomorrow. All right. Y'all be great. And I will see you, God willing. And hopefully Brandon will too.